In 5, 4,
3,
2.
2. My skin was turning a little bit purple the other day. I went to dinner. You're looking at.
You spelled episode wrong.
No, I didn't.
EPS.
Yeah, I did. You could tell it like something went down a little
Yeah.
bit.
So far, is there anything that I do that you really hate or like pushes your button? Welcome to episode 1 of Close Quarters.
Guys.
I'm Haley,
And I'm Jess. Welcome to our dorm.
and we're roommates.
We are.
And I think you're the last roommate we were missing.
Yeah. So welcome. We made it pretty cozy. We've spent a lot of time decorating everything.
A little too much
A little too much time.
A little too many 3 a.m.s. A little too much money spent.
Yeah.
But we did it for you.
Yeah. So
We wanted to make it pretty, so you enjoy.
pull up a chair, get comfy.
Pull up your little Walmart $17 saucer chair to be specific.
And put on your hoodie because it is so cold in this room.
It is.
Hence why we are bundled up.
It is probably like in the 50s, I think.
Honestly, yeah.
Like
my skin was turning a little bit purple the other day.
Yeah, we're not allowed to turn our AC off that we know of.
Yeah.
So it's like required to be this cold at all times.
Yeah.
So, I didn't realize that I had my 2 sweaters on still. Well, what can you do?
We're cozy.
It's gonna be that cold all the time.
Yeah.
So we moved in about a week ago.
Yeah.
It's been a very, very chaotic week.
It has. We just started classes. We just started meeting all these people. We're obviously living in a new place, so there's a lot of new things happening. But moving itself, I think we took about 2 full days to set up.
Like decorating and stuff.
Yeah.
When we're talking like move in, it was a little stressful, I will say. I was really, really nervous because I'm I get really nervous all the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna like die trying to move in. We're gonna be like, it's gonna be so hot. It's gonna be like, I have way too many things because I had too much. Like I'm talking like big like SUV full of things. Because like I said, it's for you. Yeah. But I was really stressed. That happens a lot around here. You'd be
We
really
just drop
surprised.
stuff.
Every single morning we break something and wake up and have to fix it.
I'm gonna put it back.
I don't know if that's
We're
going
gonna let it happen again. Okay, I'll just leave it for here.
But moving itself, I would say if you're moving in or you haven't moved in yet, or you're planning for next year, or yes, we're moving forever. Make a plan.
Yeah.
Plan, sweetheart, because you're gonna get here and you and your family are all gonna want to do different things and it's gonna get stressful. And that was the biggest like the most chaotic thing for me is my family and I were all like had different ideas of what we needed to move in first. Yeah. So it was literally like war in this dorm room. I'm surprised I made it out alive.
So pretty much I got here and then immediately as I was walking in, her family was leaving and they were like, you could tell it like something went down a little bit, but it was all good. It worked pretty well because then me and my family got all my stuff in and we had a little bit to set up and then me and my family left and we went to dinner. What are you looking at?
You spelled episode wrong.
No, I didn't.
EPS.
Yeah, I did. That's okay. Do we have to redo it? That's embarrassing. Sorry. I was talking while I was writing and I can't multitask. Episode.
God.
Anyways. They're gonna think I'm a big, big dummy. Guys, I swear I'm smart. Anyways, so then me and my family, we got all moved in, then we left and we went to dinner, and then her family came back, and then they moved in, and then we locked in.
It was better on a full stomach. Shout out Dave's Hot Chicken, isn't that what it's called? Made my family and I good. Yeah. Post food and post getting everything in the room, like it was fine. And then we decorated for like the next like day and a half. Like it was crazy. We moved in like in the evening and then the next morning we had like literally a breakfast sandwich and that was it. And then we didn't eat the rest of the day till like 7:00 we went shopping and we got Chick-fil-A. But I was so hungry. She wasn't hungry. But I was starving. I was like stressing and like
but since then we have been eating good.
Listen, we good. We're not meal plan girlies in this dorm room. We are meal prep
girlies. Okay.
I'm trying to be. I have to say, something about living with someone else is like I have developed her routine.
Yeah.
Because at home I cannot say that I had a very good routine. Uh, it was very all over the place.
Hmm.
But now I'm like just 2.0. Like I'm
It
waking up.
just converted her.
Yeah. Like I can't. I probably never ate breakfast until I lived it because it's a grown man.
Now I've got her eating bagels. I got her eating some yogurt.
That
She had eggs.
yeah. Guys, guess what?
She didn't like
She
eggs that much.
had eggs.
Yeah, it was exciting. So, anyways,
Anyways,
so yeah, moving was pretty good. It was very fun. I had a lot of fun decorating everything because at home it was always very like, oh, like we don't want to mess up the walls, like resale value. You're always thinking about that. But here it's like, well, the walls are already pretty jank, and it's like we were using like, like command strips and stuff that hopefully won't damage the
safe
walls.
state.
Um, so it was just a lot more fun. I've never had this much stuff on my walls, so
Yeah. One day you'll
yeah.
get a full room tour.
Yeah.
One day when we move out, we'll take a
Yes.
little tour.
Yep.
But one thing about moving that I was really nervous about is like we were so contained to our room for the first 3 days
Yeah.
that I was so nervous that we weren't gonna make friends. I was literally like sitting here like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be
Yeah,
loners and
because
we're only gonna
like
get to see each other.
in like the movies and on TikTok and stuff, everyone's always like, "Oh, like leave your door open the first few days, like you'll
Mhm.
meet everyone in your hallway." And we didn't really do that, and like our hallways wasn't that way. Also, our whole hallway was sorority girls, which is so fun, and like they were always looking so cute
Mhm.
walking around, but we didn't rush, so we kind of felt like a little bit isolated. But
Yeah.
then like day like 3, maybe 4, we talked to these 2 people in our hallway. Shout out to them. And we just started chatting. We actually set up a little movie night
Yeah.
because so like this is our little seating area, and right behind you is our TV with like a TV stand, a record player. It's really cute,
Oh, it's so fancy and so
so cute. And so we
bougie.
hosted a little movie night, and it was really fun. And so through that, we met some other people, and then we've like hung out with them, and it's been really good.
And now we have a whole little friend group.
Yes, and I love them.
And it's so
So
crazy because if like Jess the whole thing was like Jess complimented her like keychain. Like
yeah,
it was like it's like
she
this
had a
like
little like jelly cat sun keychain.
yeah.
I have the same one up there
Yeah.
on my bed.
Up there, trust me.
Yeah.
But if like she didn't like step out of her comfort zone and be like, "Oh my gosh, like
Hmm.
I love your keychain, like I have the same one," we would
Yeah.
be friendless.
Yeah.
We really would be.
So it all worked out. So I think that's like the biggest thing that has been because everyone always talks about like going to college. It's a big change. Like it's all about change. You're in a new place. You're learning new things. Like that's all. It's the biggest probably change of our lives
Mm.
this far. And so I was like, you know what? I need to start talking to people because like I am typically pretty keep to myself because I'm like I just don't feel the need to like go be in someone else's space, especially if like maybe they don't want that right now. But I was like, no, you know what? Right now, we all want to meet people. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like that's a pretty common theme.
yeah.
So,
Especially
yeah.
because like back home, it's like I lived in the same place my whole life. Like we
Hmm.
both pretty much did. So it's kind of like you just knew everyone. You knew like you had your friends. You had those people that you see every day but you don't really talk to.
Hmm.
It was just like set up like this is how I live my everyday life. But then we get here and it's like I don't know any of these people.
Right.
I don't know this like place. I don't have, I don't have those clubs that I go to every day. I don't have that like routine schedule.
Hmm.
But what really got us is when we finally got out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like she said, like talking to people, like like talking to random people, like you're just like sitting next to at like your like freshman orientation, like you actually have to start a conversation. But it really has been so great. And like asking like someone for their Instagram, complimenting their outfit, like it's
Yeah.
actually been so fun.
Yeah, I was really worried that after like the 10th instance of, okay, so where are you from? What are you majoring in? I was going to be like, okay, this is boring, but it's not because it's honestly so fun, especially when you have been around those same people your whole life to like talk to new people and like especially getting like new perspectives on things and meeting people from different places is so cool. And I just love like learning about where people come from and like how they grew up different than me. And I just think it's really cool. So,
Yeah, and especially like trying to find your people
hmm,
specifically is really fun because when you
yeah.
do find someone that's a lot like you,
You're
it's
like,
like
oh my God,
like you do that too.
like you
Like
get
I
me.
get me, I get you. Like we're
Yeah.
friends, and it's just such a new thing. It's like because like you have your hobbies, you have your things you love, but after a while, like the people around you, like they just gotta get used to it, and like you don't always have people to talk about that too. But when you're at such like a new place with all these new people, it's like you can find your people, and that's such like a
Yes.
sweet thing.
Yeah. So I'm doing computer science right now. My major is a big old mess. Like we don't know what's going on. My schedule's a mess. But like even just like in my programming class, like talking to these girls that like also were into that, like I've never really had friends that were like as like nerdy as me. Like I was pretty much always like the biggest nerd of the group, I feel like, when it comes to like math and like sciencey stuff. So like having like people to talk to that I was like, oh my God. I was like, you understand me,
Yeah.
like we're like this right now. So
Yeah, that's how because I'm media production management technology.
yeah.
I'm camera nerd. If you can't tell by the podcast setup, even though technically Jess said absolutely right up, you are being filmed on my camera, so it
Yeah.
sets the stage. But like talking to other people who are very interested in this, like
Hmm.
I mean, I've had people around me like our whole like high school experience who were like similar, but like this is a whole new playing field, and there's so
Yeah.
many resources available, and
Yeah.
like people as resources too that are actually
Yes.
like it's like hey like I'm gonna film this like short film like I would do this like
Yeah.
side project, girl, I'll be there when. It's not
Yes.
like it's just so casual and fun. I
Hmm.
love it.
Yeah. I really love like being around so many people that are like better than me. Once one of our friends said this the other day, and I was like, so true, where it's like you get stuck. Like if you just stay around these same people and you're all kind of in the same place, you're like, okay, like I'm doing fine. Like I don't really need to reach a lot higher. But then you get put in this like new place where like there's all these people that are like above you. And that's like I love being around people that like challenge me and like push me to be better and especially teach me new things. So like I think that's been one of my favorite
So
things.
it's like getting outside of your typical like what you're used
Yeah.
to environment and like going to this new place that you're not used to.
Yeah.
So you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Isn't that what
Yes.
this episode
Yes,
is?
I think so.
It's like right now it's like me in post editing
I'm
screaming
like
across the
this
screen.
idiot.
This is not the right saying. It is. She is a big dummy.
I think you're right.
To get. I don't even
Or I
know.
know like you I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we like with our new friends, we've done a lot of fun things, like things I don't
Mhm.
really say, like going to back home, and that's another thing is like we've been saying yes to do things, and
Yes,
that's like saying yes is so fun
it is.
because like when I'm
Even like when we don't want to go or like
yeah,
so
it's like we had
tired.
a long day of classes. Like this last
Hmm.
weekend, like we like one of our friends was like, "Oh, do you want to come to our friend's apartment with us?"
Hmm.
And we're like to each other. I'm sorry if you guys are watching this. Like you're getting the behind the scenes kind of thing. But we're just like, "Oh, I don't know. Like we don't know this person." But then we were like, "No, we need to shut up and we need to go and we need to
Hmm.
be there. We need to make friends and this is how we do that." So we went. We had such like
It
a
was
good
so
time. We
fun.
just like listened
It
to
was so
music and
fun.
like met these new girls and like we're just like talking about our lives and like
Yeah.
how we got here, what we're doing here, how we met, and it's just so fun. And we actually got a little
A little
present
present.
from our sweet new
So like let's
friends.
hit the scene. So you walk in to this girl's apartment and like it's oh so cute. And I was like, what is that on the wall? Right
One
above the
thing
couch.
here.
And it is this man. If you're listening, this is a
Is this the right way?
pink American flag poster. Not what flag? Tapestry? I don't know. With Jacob Elordi without a shirt on it. And he is grinning. He is just staring into your soul,
Yeah.
honestly. And we were like, oh my God, that's so funny. And we did not steal it off her wall, even though it looks like
Maybe we
that.
did.
Maybe we did. But she
No,
was
just
like,
kidding.
oh my God, I have another one. I was like, girl, why do you have First of all, this girl was just, she was so funny. She's a little, if you're watching this,
We love
we
you.
love
She'll
you.
be on this podcast one day.
She
She
will. We
won't
got to get
speak.
her on. But she was like, girl, I have another one. I was like, why do you have another one? And she never answered us. I don't know why she had two.
No, she didn't. Why,
She
girl?
wouldn't tell
Comment down
us.
below why you think
Girl,
she
why do
has
you
two
have
Jacob
two?
Load.
We don't.
Lordy.
But she was like, you can have it. And she just gave it to us. And
Yeah,
so we
it's
need to find somewhere to put it.
yeah. Our
Maybe it'll be right here. What do you
yeah.
think? Right behind
We should like
us?
get the same thing with like different like celebrities and it just changes
Yes.
out every week. Like
I think that'd be good.
who is Haley and who are Haley and Jess?
Yes. Who are?
Who are Haley and Jess obsessing over this
Yeah.
week? And let's have a new person. I
Hmm.
just saw one with Glenn Powell and his like little dog. I was like, okay, I can get behind this. But we do have like right now it's currently like before I moved it, it was hanging off of Jess's bed. So like when
Hmm.
you walk in, the first thing you do is like Jacob Elordi like distorted because it's
Staring
all
at
like
you.
wrinkled up and he's like
He's like
he's
staring
like
at you.
clocking you the
That's
moment
kind
you
of
get in
scary.
the door. So it's gonna be really funny when like our room check people come in and it's just
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi like
Yeah. It will be very fun.
hey sweetie. Uh, but yeah, and then we also went to this little like concert night, which was so fun. It felt so college, like so movies.
Yeah, it did.
It
It
was
was like everyone was like set up on the lawn. We had like the string lights over the top of
mhm.
everything. It was all these local bands playing, which were all really good.
It was
And yeah, it was
yeah.
really fun.
It was literally like I was sitting there at the very beginning because it was like just like getting to sunset, and I was like, We made it.
Yeah.
Like it was literally like a movie moment. Like, man, I'm with these people I just met a week ago that feel like they're like my four lifers,
Yeah.
and like we're watching this music, and I'm finally have like free will over my own body. Like I'm finally like fully in charge of myself, and
Right. Like
that's
not
such a
having to be
nice
like,
thing.
oh, like, can I go here? Like, can I do
Like
this?
be back by this time.
Exactly. Because, like, who am I going to ask? Her?
Yeah. No, Jess, you actually can't go out tonight.
Yeah. We're going
You
to have to
have to.
stay home.
You no. Like I know you have friends, and I know this might be your only time to make friends, but you actually have to be in here because I want to watch Netflix.
Yep. Yeah.
That was really dramatic. I'm sorry. I'm actually gonna say that.
That's how she
That's
is.
how I am.
Yeah.
I'm actually a bad roommate.
Yeah.
Like, do you hate me?
Yeah. By the way,
You
context,
just
we
got good
know each
data.
other from high school.
Oh,
We didn't really explain. We have like known each other for like 3.5 years or
yeah.
so. So like we knew each other and we were like, hey, if we both get into this school, like we are going and we're gonna room together. And we did, which was literally the most exciting day of my life. And I still can't really believe it. Like
We
it
worked
all
so
just
good.
worked out so well.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. Everything works out
yes,
in the end. That's a whole
it
nother
did.
big thing we'll have to get into one day. How like everything works out. Like even if you
Just gotta
don't end up
trust the
like even if
process.
you don't end up getting into the school that you want, like it'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, oh,
Ooh,
want to talk about. I told you, we went to our friend's apartment. We went to a big concert event the next day. And then yesterday was when we were supposed to film this podcast. But you know what I did?
Sunday.
I slumped all day. I was exhausted.
Yeah,
This life is so like
it's a
tiring.
lot.
Like it's just like it gets exhausting, but it's fun. It's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it just like it's such a different shift from like being like back in high school. I go to school. I
Mm-hmm.
like maybe go to a club. I come home. I go to work, whatever. But it's the same thing, and it's just what you're used to. And it's like, but then you come to this new environment. It's like people are just on the hall. You can hang out all the time,
Yeah.
and it gets really, really tired and like exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good thing to recognize. Like, girl, you need sleep. You can't
Yeah.
keep running on 5 hours of sleep in this new college life experience.
Right.
Go to bed. Eat your food. Is it
Yes.
like
Yeah, like yesterday, I went to the library for like 4 hours. I got all my work done, and then Haley was here. She got all her stuff done, and then it was just so nice. Like after that, we were both so much like more relaxed. We were like, okay, like we got everything together. Whereas if we wouldn't have, and we would have just like, oh, let's go out again, it would have been like stressful. So I'm glad we did that. And I think it's important to still set aside time to like obviously like, get your schoolwork done, like girl, you're in college, especially if you're like us and you have like scholarships, like you can't let the grades drop. So it's just like finding that balance
yeah,
between saying yes and getting involved and having a lot of fun and then just have like a day or so here and there to just lock in and get your stuff
and
done.
like take time for yourself. I would say,
Yes.
like,
To relax.
like even if it's like time with your roommate, like
Hmm.
we haven't really gotten to that point where we're like exhausted of each other,
Yeah.
unless you have. But like last night, like we just had a little movie night. We watched the
Mhm.
other Zoe on not Netflix, on
Amazon Prime.
Prime Video. Netflix don't come for me, but
Yeah.
it was just funny. It was like a funny little rom
Yeah,
com,
it's cute.
like just a typical rom com. But it was like nice. We like had a little dessert. We just sat here and we watched our movie,
Yeah.
and like it was like a good way to like end the week.
Yeah.
So it was a good week.
It was a good week.
Yeah.
It was a really good first week.
Okay, Jess, we're
Yes.
officially a week in to
Okay.
our college experience. I have a
Uh-huh.
question for you.
That's your
It's a
question?
very, very serious
Oh
question.
God.
So far, is there anything that I do that you really hate or like pushes your buttons?
I don't think so.
Do I bother you at all?
No.
This is not good content.
I'm sorry. Let me think. Let me find
Let
some
me say something
drama.
really trashy.
Okay.
Like say something
Okay,
maybe
okay.
like
Like, oh, when you said that. Um, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Let
this
me
should
dig
have
something
been
up.
Haley is the perfect roommate.
Yeah.
Anything with
We have
Halo.
done really well together. I think there have been like a
Pound it.
couple things. What is that?
I said pound it. You don't know what a fist bump is?
I thought you said found it. I was like, what'd you find?
Stab me.
There have been like very like small things, but every time it's happened, I've just told you, which I think is a big thing. Like,
Don't put Jess's blender in that dish
yeah,
bag. Put it in that
because
one.
it like gets suctioned to the bottom and then it has like moisture in it. But like, yeah, anything that's happened, like I think it's just important to just like say it right away. Because like if I wouldn't have, I would have been like I wouldn't have actually. Like, it wasn't that deep. Like I can't
Putting
believe
my
that.
blender in the wrong.
But it's just like, how would she know if I didn't tell her? So it's like just little things, but Nothing that's been like,
Little things that
I'm
drive
like,
me
oh my, I don't
crazy.
go to bed. I'm like, oh God.
I have to wake up next to this
God.
lady. I gotta film this podcast with her. I don't even want to.
Have I annoyed you at all?
Every moment, every single second, every single day, she actually drives me nuts, and I can't wait to leave this room. Because I think the whole reason why this room is cold is because actually her cold heart is
Yeah.
erupting.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
leaves like frostbite down my face.
Yeah.
So I actually am looking in the market for a new roommate, and that's why we're doing this podcast because
Mm-hmm.
we're looking for new roommates.
Yeah.
No, I would say I would say Jess is actually taking care of me, kind of like my mom and dad did. A
Aw.
little bit, which is kind of nice. Like I come home, she's like done my dishes. Like if I left a dish out that wasn't clean, she's like vacuumed. Which might end up in a later episode just saying how much she hates me because she does everything for me. I didn't ask her to. She just kind of fixes everything. She's really like Bob the Builder. Are you Bob the Builder?
I am. Are you
This
a
just
fan?
I
Aw.
no, but she really does like take care of me. Like, oh, she's just so much like better at a lot of things than me, like fixing things. Like
Aw.
these lights every single morning, because this is my bed. In case you're wondering, this is not bed.
Yeah.
Every single morning after I get up there, I break what's under my bed for some reason. Um, I don't know like what it's trying to tell me about myself, but I did in fact like break a whole light strand already. So that's why there's only
Yeah.
one on because I snapped it. But Jess fixes everything for me, which is such a
We'll just be like literally like going to bed and then you hear ding, ding, oh, like just things falling.
and it's because of me. But nothing
But
falls on Jess's
well,
side.
that's because I don't have anything hanging from my bed.
You
No, but
do.
those are like wired in. We have like disco ball lights. But
But for
anyways.
me, it goes like literally snaps every single morning. I like feel very shamed by this bed.
Oh no. They're just not
No,
they're
the bed loves you,
it
sweetheart.
does, it does. Okay, well my question for you is what are you most excited for this semester?
Me being like, so what do you hate about me? And you, what are you most excited about? What are
No,
your ambitions? So I am most excited for probably like getting involved in like clubs and things like that. Our like we haven't had our organization fair. It's in like literally like 3 weeks. Why is it so
yeah, it's
far?
really far out.
Which is crazy because like I'm bored. But I am applying for like some like little clubs, some like organizations, and I'm really excited. I hope that like my time management is good because it usually is, but like everything just takes longer here. Like getting ready
Yeah.
at home, like I could get ready and leave the house in, like 45 minutes because I know where everything is. It's super easy. But versus here, it's like, 'cause we have communal bathrooms. That'll be a store for a
Yeah,
day
and communal kitchen.
and a communal kitchen. So it's like when you do your dishes, like when you go like eat, like you have to clean your dishes like
Everything's just
immediately.
a process.
And like you're walking back and forth because you forgot things, and it's just like it's such a process. So everything's longer. So I'm a little worried with my time management with like
Mm-hmm.
clubs and everything like that. But that's what I'm most excited for. A little
Yeah.
ramble for a moment.
So far, it has taken us about 2 hours to get ready every morning, which is kind of crazy, but it's fine. But that's like brushing our teeth, doing like makeup, hair, eating, cleaning dishes, getting dressed, getting all your stuff together. So like it's not that crazy. I think we do pretty good.
Yeah. What about you?
But
What are you most excited for?
um,
I'm most excited to wake up next to my beautiful roommate every single morning for every single day.
that's it.
All you listeners are gonna be real confused right now with the amount
No,
of
that they
silence
can
that's
hear
going on.
my silence.
They get
The silence is loud. Just kidding. I love her. I am most excited. Honestly, just like explore the city more, like explore the area. There's this one little like nature, like they have like paddle boarding and like things you can do, and there's like a bunch of like springs and stuff. So I'm excited to just explore like the nature of the area more. Go to like all the wildlife preserves and stuff like that. But that's just my little nature side coming out. But yeah. Guys, our last part of the podcast, we're going to do this every week, I think, if it works out well, is our weekly report. So you've probably seen this on like TikTok and whatever, but basically each letter stands for something else. So first up is R, which is what are we reading? Go ahead.
E is what are we eating?
And then P is playing. So we're going to do like music.
And then O is what you're obsessed with.
R is recommending.
And T is treating.
Yeah. So to start off, right now I'm reading Little Fires Everywhere. It's kind of like a character study. It's more like literature, I'd say. That might be stupid sounding, but it's good so far. I'm not very far in.
Check back in when she's done with it.
So,
I am currently reading all my syllabuses. Not
bye.
sy- syllabi.
Bye.
So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
because I have not had time to pick up a book, but I was trying to start the 7 Year Slip. Haven't gotten that.
Yes.
eating?
I'm right now for like this month and pretty much a few months before this, I've been eating turkey BLTs. They're my favorite.
I've been eating apple cider donuts from Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
From Trader Joe's, I've been eating apple cider donuts. Shout out TJ. That's what I was gonna say.
We have been
It's been
eating
so good.
TJ's.
Trader Joe's has been,
Yeah, we didn't have one back home, and we have one here, so
yeah,
it's a
so
life changer.
nice, so
So good,
nice.
so good.
Mm.
I have been listening to a lot, like on like my walks to class, "Charm" by Clairo, her new album.
Oh, that's so good.
I love it. It just is the vibes, and it makes me happy.
I've been listening to Linger by the Cranberries. I bought it on
Yes.
vinyl, and then I listened to a Chappell Roan mix a lot on Spotify, like the
Mm-hmm.
pre-made mix, and like it has like Linger studio version, Linger Sirius XM, Linger like cover, so it has been on repeat.
Yeah.
I would sing it if I didn't get copyrighted.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have been obsessing over cooking. Like that has been like we talked about a little bit, learning how to just kind of support myself and not starve. So that's been fun. I've been liking trying out new recipes and stuff.
I've been obsessing over The Bachelorette. Hometowns tonight. Who is excited? Because I'm excited, and I can't wait to find my Bachelorette people. You might think it's cringy, but Bachelor, Bachelorette, I am on that.
She loves it. I've watched a little bit with her, but I'm updated. I'm recommending saying yes. We already talked about this, but just saying yes more often, being more open to things.
Meanwhile, I'm recommending these $17 saucer chairs from Walmart because if you're
Yes.
looking for like a chair for your dorm,
They're so
this
cozy.
is like the one.
I love them.
Yeah.
Cheap, easy, cute, comfy. And treating how I've been taking care of myself in this big change. I've been trying to block out time to read. So like whether it's in the mornings or like just throughout the day, just finding time with my little book because that's how I like recharge and it's just my favorite way of spending my time.
I've been treating myself to random Subway excursions. I've been cooking a lot, don't have a meal plan. But you know what? I'd be hitting that Subway once in a while. So shout out the Subway. But I think that's it from
Yeah,
us.
so that's what we've been up to this week. This or like today is starting is like our first really full week. I
Yeah,
kind
like
of
classes
like
and
classes
everything.
and everything getting into full swing. So we'll let you know how that goes next week. But yeah,
We'll
thank you for
see you then.
watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
XOXO kisses.